Hey guys, welcome back to Main Stage Training. In this session, we're going to be talking about our MIDI controller. This is the device that actually controls all the levels and effects of the software itself. And we're going to show you just what each one does. We'll be broken out in a couple different lessons so you can really dig into what they do and you can understand what their function is. And then we'll come back around at the end and talk about how to put it all together to use them in a live setting. So first thing we're going to walk through, I'm going to walk through this row of buttons right here. Now just a reminder, we talked about this in our opening lesson, but again, if you come in first thing in the morning, all those buttons are red. You want to make sure, hit Shift, Star, that's notated in tape right here just to remind you, Shift, Star will call up the right preset. You know you're on the right one if these colors here on the buttons match your tape color. So I see orange, green, blue, purple on my button backlights, and I see orange, green, blue, purple tape. I know I'm on the right preset. So that's just a handy way just to remind yourself. Otherwise, some of these things won't work. They're not mapped correctly. So right here, this is patch up and down. So you can see as I go down and up, you can see on the software, down and up. That's just a way to change the patches as we go. Now, we've already talked about this star button. The only function of that button is just to help you load the proper patch. So just remember Shift Star when you start. That'll get everything set up for you. So you can use these at any time. And the cool thing about this is voices from, if you're holding the pedal down and you change patches, it won't kill any pad you have hanging over from the last voice. It'll make a smooth transition for you. All right, Tonic, again, that will bring in your Tonic pad player. I talked about that last lesson, but that is just a moving, simple pad that plays ones and fives throughout the whole ensemble. Let's take a listen to that right now. So you hear what I'm talking about? So that is just something, it's a lot like the pads that we built into our Ableton project. Just real simple ones, fives, every once in a while there's a two that pops in, but that's just gonna add some mid-range meat so that you can focus on playing your parts and doing the things gonna make the song what it is. You don't just have to worry about pounding out chords the whole time. So again, that button, purple button, Tonic, that will turn your Tonic pad player on and off. Very simple. We'll talk about that more in a future lesson, but just know that's what that does. You also have two click buttons. Those correspond to the two click buttons at the bottom right corner of your screen layout. So I'm going to use either one, and they're going to come in exactly at the tempo that is my master tempo. So right now it's set to 72. I'll bring this in, and you'll hear a click at 72 BPM. So whatever I do to change my tempo, that click will adjust to match that. All right, same thing with 6/8. It will lock to the master tempo. 4/4 and 6/8, depending on the song. So 4/4 would be just pretty much any standard worship song. 6/8 would be a song maybe like Gratitude, Great Are You Lord, any of those songs that have a more 3 feel. Right here, another way to set the tempo, you can tap it in and it will, if you just hit tap, whatever your taps are, 3 taps, it will set that tempo. Finally, your panic button. Again, a reminder, if you find that you are hitting things and notes are sticking, even without the pedal held down, or a bunch of stuff is mushing together, something's going crazy, just hit that panic button, everything will stop, and then you can restart playing again. All that does is just immediately kill all your MIDI information. If you're using the Tonic, you'll have to restart that as well, but it will basically it will just kind of clear the cache, allow you to start fresh if something gets sticky. So that's all your buttons. One other thing to be aware of, you do also have a traditional mod wheel and pitch bend over here on this side. So mod wheel is this guy, pitch bend right here. I mean, pitch bend we don't use, we'll have a use for, but mod wheel, when we get to talking about song-specific patches, we'll talk about how to use that. So you just take your finger, slide it up and down, it's touch base. So that's your buttons, your sliders. In the next lesson, we'll talk about the knobs. We'll see you then.